What is your opinion on the health of coffee, Dr. Graham?
I'm going to go with Frank Herbert as my answer on coffee because Frank Herbert wrote a book called Dune. It was one of the first true science fiction books ever written, although there's books written long before then, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and stuff that could be viewed as perhaps science fiction. But Frank Herbert wrote the first one that went out in outer space, and he looked at people from another planet in order to make social commentary about us. And so his method was to make, instead of telling us who we are and what we should do or how we could live healthfully, he just talked about other people. It was them, not us, and they lived on a foreign planet. And so we could look at it as a story rather than take it all personally. Well, the thing was that on one of the planets, there was people, and all of the people used a substance called spice. They all used spice. I mean, I understand spice of life. He used a good phrase, but everybody used this substance in addition to everything else they did. It wasn't really even food. It was just this stuff that they took, right? And it was called spice, but spice didn't come from their planet. Spice was produced off planet and sold to them. And everybody used it. Therefore, nobody really thought it was a problem. Nobody had a problem that they needed spice. It was just everybody used spice. And it became a problem in the book, obviously, because the supply of spice became limited, which was done again in many other stories. So in this case, though, nobody looked at it as an addiction. Nobody looked at it as a dirty, nasty habit or anything else. They didn't put value judgment on it, nothing. They just said everybody just uses spice. Well, in the Western world, we have almost 90% of the population using coffee, and nobody particularly considers it a problem because everybody's using coffee. Why are we using coffee? We're using coffee because we're not getting enough sleep. If you take enough sleep during the night, you don't need to take stimulants during the day. In fact, stimulants seem stupid to you. I mean, useless, pointless. Why would anybody want to take a stimulant? You won't be able to focus in like you could when you're just your normal self. You're on drugs. But when you're tired, stimulants start seeming like maybe a viable option. And then the problem gets worse because you use stimulants, they make you even more tired. There's no energy in a cup of coffee. I mean, we measure energy in terms of calories, and coffee has no calories. So there's no energy, but yet you have a sense of energy. The energy came from you. It actually drains, it stimulates your adrenals and to drain your vital reserves so that after the use of coffee, you're even more tired than you were before the coffee. It perpetuates and furthers the problem. Coffee to me, well, first of all, I mean, you're talking about making a drink by turning the seeds of fruit into charcoal, grinding it, pouring perfectly clean water through the ashes of what was left from the seeds, and then drinking that sludge, basically, because it's going to be a pick-me-up to make up for the fact that you didn't get enough sleep. I'd much rather see people just get the sleep, fresh air, sunshine, be active, and feel really healthy and never have any desire for stimulants. We don't even have to look at the health deficits of coffee, of which there are many. We can simply say, it's an unnecessary item if you're taking good care of yourself. Well, certainly the more the diet strays from our natural diet, the more it strays from whole, fresh, ripe, raw, organic fruits and vegetables, the more your need for sleep increases because the digestive effort is greater, B, the digestive time is longer, thus increasing digestive effort again. C, you're not getting the nutrients that you would normally need in the balance that they would be. So we're draining vital reserves, once again, creating imbalances in the body to which it has to adapt and adjust as best as possible. Typically, I find that people on a 80-10-10 diet need between 1 to 3 hours less sleep than those same people on a cooked food diet. But not everybody on 80-10-10 sleeps 1 to 3 hours less. what they do instead is they become a bit more active, a bit more productive, a bit more enthusiastic. They do a lot of things that require and use the extra energy that they have, and then they still thrive on maybe an hour less sleep than what they used to do when they were eating cooked food.